to the Mobile Home Mama Show, where we dive deep into the world of mobile homes and real estate investing. I'm your host, Stephanie McAnuff, bringing you expert insights and inspiring stories and valuable tips. Let's get started. So, our topic today is an interesting one. It's abandoned mobile homes in North Carolina and their significance. Well, first, let's define what an abandoned mobile home is and why are they a concern. An abandoned mobile home, I'm sure you've seen them. I'm sure you've seen regular mobile homes as well, or single family houses that are abandoned. But abandoned mobile homes, again, are considered personal property, so they're like an abandoned car. You've seen them. They're the homes that are sitting on the side of the road, with maybe boarded up or maybe not even boarded up. You can just tell by the grass not being cut, or like every time you drive by, you never see anyone that's living in the home or a car parked there or anything like that. Those are mobile homes that you see on land. There's also abandoned mobile homes that you may find in mobile home parks. Now, why is this a concern? There are a lot of mobile home park owners that have these mobile homes where they were abandoned. They were left because maybe the person passed away and they had no heirs to leave the home to. Or they did have heirs to leave the home to, but those individuals were not interested in grandma, grandpa, uncle, or whoever's mobile home. So they never came and claimed it. There may be those that decided, hey, we came up in life and we're gonna buy a house and we don't want that mobile home. We're not gonna sell it. We don't feel like being bothered with it. It's not worth it to us. We're just gonna leave it. This is a big problem for mobile home park owners that have these abandoned homes. Why? Because when these people leave these homes, they are, like, again, abandoned cars. Mobile homes come with titles. So if you don't have the title for the mobile home, it's very difficult for you to sell that home, rent that home, move that home, or do anything with that home. There are a lot of mobile home park owners and operators that will simply just leave the home there. Now, there are some courageous ones that will take that home and they will rent it, they will renovate it, they will do all of that. And I'm not going to say that's legal. Not going to say there's anything wrong with it. I'm not an attorney. I am an investor. However, that can be dangerous when it comes to money. Because what if the person decides to come back for their mobile home, or their family member or someone comes back to claim that mobile home and they actually have the title? You have renovated it. You have people living there. You've moved on with business, or the mobile home park owner has moved on with business. What do? Well, that could turn out to be some type of legal issue or claim. Again, not an attorney, but it can happen. So my objective is to share with you how to deal with abandoned mobile homes, how to get the titles, the process that takes, and let you know that mobile homes that are abandoned are a great opportunity for new investors and even more seasoned investors. In other words, don't pass them by. Let me give you some statistics. Did you know in the state of North Carolina, there are approximately 590,000 mobile homes? Now, this statistic is a little dated, so there may be more by now, especially with the issues we've been having with affordable housing. This statistic is coming from 2019, and it's according to the UNC Chapel Hill School of Government. However, out of the 590,000 mobile homes that they say we have, there are currently 480,000 that are occupied. That leaves approximately, now listen to this number, I'm gonna lean in because this is amazing opportunity for you. There are 110,000 unoccupied mobile homes. You heard me right. 110,000 unoccupied mobile homes. Some of those can be abandoned. Look at that. That's a great opportunity for those of you who are looking to break into this industry. Especially, I know, I say it all the time, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. But if you're really not comfortable dealing with people and doing that from the very beginning, or you don't have any money to go out there and buy these homes or find these homes and do all the marketing, why not look into abandoned mobile homes? Now, let's look at the legal aspect of abandoned mobile homes and how to deal with it. Again, disclaimer, I am not an attorney. However, I'm going to share with you my experience and my knowledge of being in the business for a few decades of dealing with mobile homes. I've dealt with them, I've flipped them, I've sold them, I've renovated them, I've done everything you can think of with an abandoned mobile home. So, with an abandoned mobile home, get this, you still may need to go through the eviction process. And now I know you're saying, Mobile Home Mama, but you just said they're abandoned. So if it's abandoned, how am I going to evict anyone? There's no one living there. Well, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicle, in the state of North Carolina, requires you to go through legal steps to get obtain title or to get ownership of this mobile home. So this may mean that you'll need to do the eviction process. There is also another process, but I'm going to stick with the eviction process right now. Now, if you listen to one of my previous shows, I actually walk you through the eviction process in North Carolina. It also works in South Carolina. Don't know the eviction process outside of these states right now, but you can always call your local courthouse and ask them what the eviction process is. Not a very hard thing to do as a non-attorney. Now, how do you know whose name to put on this eviction process? I got you. The DMV, you can go to their license and theft department, and they actually have a form. You can do this online or call them and ask them for the instructions. Again, this is in North Carolina, and I know it works as well in South Carolina. What you do is you fill out a form where you are requesting to find out who was the previous owner or the last owner of this mobile home or the history on this mobile home. You complete that form and you let them know this is why you're seeking the information, because you are a company or a person who actually has some interest in this mobile home. Fill that out. I believe it is now $14 in the state of North Carolina if you want a certified copy of ownership and history. If you do not want a certified copy, it's $1 to find out this information. Is there a difference between certified and non-certified? Not really. Since it's so economical at $14, I typically go for the certified copy. This way, if I ever have an issue a month from now, a year from now, a week from now, after I'm working on this mobile home and got possession of it, or I need to go to court, and depending on the magistrate or the judge that I get, I like to have the certified copy because it looks really official. Now, do you need that? No, you don't. But like I said, I like to look really official. So why not spend the $14 and get a certified copy? Now, you go through the eviction process. I'm not going to go through that in detail again, but basically you take the name of the last owner that you're seeing from that record that you got from the DMV department. Then what you do is you put that name on the eviction report, and you're basically going to evict that person. Now, just like with an eviction, again, watch my previous video, you need to give that person a 10-day notice. In the information you get from the DMV, they will provide you with the name and the last known address of that person. It may not be the address that is the mobile home. It may be another address, but either way, you need to send notification for an eviction. So you need to send them a notification in for 10 days. So you send them a notification saying, here, I'm giving you a 10-day notice to come get your home or show me that you own this home, etc. If they do not respond by the 10th day, on the 11th day, you can go to the local courthouse and file for eviction using that same information that's on that sheet. Now, there is another way that DMV allows you to do this. So, this way of doing it is saying, hey, this mobile home is abandoned. And if you own the land, or if you're working with the owner of the land, you can charge storage fees. Storage fees basically means that if you were paying lot rent on this home, then you can charge that as your storage fee. So if your lot rent is $500 a month, you can say, this home has been here for 10 months and it's $500 a month, so they owe me $5,000. Okay, and you put that down as the amount of storage fees owed on the DMV form. The DMV form is an LT-260 in North Carolina. I don't know the number in South Carolina, but in North Carolina, LT-260. You get that form, you fill it out, and you give them that storage fee information. Now, what if you don't own the land and you don't own the home? Then again, go through the eviction process because you're not able to charge storage fees or anything like that. But those of you who own mobile home parks or want to work with mobile home park owners, this is a way that you can be an aid to them. You know, when you're working with people, they want to know, what can you do for me? Not always us approaching them to find out what they can do for us. So this is a great way to get in with mobile home park owners and mobile home park managers. Okay, get back to it. So if you do that LT-260 and that information comes back from the DMV, it'll say, okay, here's the owners, we've contacted them. The DMV will also contact those owners, whoever they are, and send them a notice. I don't know the time frame exactly, but if the owner does not respond to the DMV to say, hey, this is my property, I don't want it to be sold, I want to claim it, etc., then the DMV will send you a letter letting them know, hey, we weren't able to get in touch with the owner on record, so if you file the next form, which is an LT-262, which is a notice to sell the motor vehicle, the mobile home. Once you fill out that form, you're then giving DMV notice that you would like to sell this mobile home. They then will ask you to do one of two things. Either they will say, do you have the eviction paperwork? And if you do not have the eviction paperwork because you did not file an eviction, then your next step is to do a judicial hearing. And they will say that on the bottom of the letter. You can do a judicial hearing. Once they get you that 262 back, they will let you know what your next steps are. Because then again, they will reach out to the previous owner and let them know, hey, you didn't respond to this letter. Now someone's looking to sell your motor vehicle, your mobile home. So therefore, we're giving you another opportunity to respond. If they don't respond again, then you will get a letter from the DMV letting you know they did not respond. And here are your next steps that we need from you. Now, a judicial hearing is not hard at all. It will cost you $122 to do a judicial hearing here in North Carolina. Have not done one or needed to do one in South Carolina as of yet, but I'll do some research on that. If you want some more information, just feel free to reach out to me on all of my social media at The Mobile Home Momma, at The Mobile Home Momma, and Momma is spelled M-O-M-M-A. All right, so now you've either done an eviction, you filled out your two forms, the LT-260, the LT-262, or you've done a judicial hearing. Now with the judicial hearing form, most jurisdictions, you have to call and ask for the Special Proceedings Department. So this is not just a regular file eviction, not that area of the court. It's called Special Proceedings. It's along the area of estates. Let them know I have a mobile home. I've gone through the process with DMV. I need to set a judicial hearing. They will then set an appointment with you to do a judicial hearing. You will fill out some paperwork, so make sure you ask them what is the paperwork that's needed. But you will fill out that paperwork with the name or your company name as the plaintiff, and then you'll have the defendant, which is the person who's on record currently for that mobile home. And then on the back, you will write the specifics of the mobile home: the make, the model, the year, the location, the serial number. Bring that in with you to your hearing. You will have a hearing with that person. They will ask you what has been done to contact this person. You will tell them everything you've done to reach out to the person or persons or company, and they will then make a decision as to whether or not you can proceed with the sale of that mobile home. Sale, purchase. You're selling it to yourself. They will then give you permission to sell it, but I'm going to let you know they're going to do an advertisement on their bulletin board. They'll do an advertisement letting the person know this is the court now, not DMV, letting them know that your home is up for sale because you've abandoned it or you haven't paid the storage fees or whatever it is. Okay? Once that is done, if no, I believe it's 30 days. Once that 30 days goes by, if no one claims it, then you go to the next step, which is the good step. You get to then claim that mobile home. Isn't that awesome? You've only spent maybe about $130. You spent about $14 for finding out who the owner is, a couple of stamps. I usually send it certified mail because I like to make sure they receive it. Then you've spent, if you do a judicial hearing, you've spent $122. Or if you've done an eviction, you've spent $126. You just got a property for the price of $130. Now, there may be some back taxes that you want to look at, so make sure you contact the local tax assessor's office to find out if there's any back taxes due. But remember, if you decide to pay those back due taxes once you get the home or before you get the home, you can charge the individual or put that on that DMV form as costs that you have incurred. Would I tell you to pay the taxes before you've gone through this whole process? No, but you still know what the amount of those taxes are going to be. So you can put that on your form. Now, I know I just blew your mind right there. Just blew your mind. Now, how long does this process take? Well, now I have some bad news. Well, really not bad news. You're working with the Department of Motor Vehicle. Right now, they are swamped. They have lost many of their seasoned employees that know this process from the front to the back, or like my mama would say, from the rooter to the tutor. They've lost many of those. So a lot of the people that are now currently working are new, and they may not know this process completely. So you may get your form returned, or you may not get your form back right away. It may take 30 days, may take 60 days. Don't worry about it. Remember, you're only spending approximately $130 to get this. So if you can be patient and get through this process, it'll be worth it, because you'll get a mobile home that may need some work, may not need some work, that you're going to do the work yourself, or you're going to flip it to someone who's interested in buying that mobile home, all for minimal cost. Very minimal cost. So now, let's talk about the writ of possession. That goes along with the eviction, not the judicial hearing. I'm mentioning this, but again, and I know I've said this already, please refer back to another show that I've done for you that goes into that process of exactly the eviction and the writ of possession. Because once you do a writ of an eviction, once you win that case, you will then be allowed to file a writ of possession. What does that mean? It means that you are allowed to give notice to that person, hey, I won this court case, and now you're going to have 10 days to get in touch with me, get in touch with the court, appeal the case, or pay the money or whatever you need to do. If they don't do that within that 10 days, on the 11th day, you get to file a writ of possession. Now, if you go the eviction process, a writ of possession in North Carolina, it's $55. So you're going to spend between $130 to $200 to $250 in the eviction process to get through this, okay? Still not bad, considering that you're going to get a mobile home that could potentially make you hundreds of dollars a month and thousands of dollars a year. Do this over and over again, you'll have multiple mobile homes, and you will be an experienced mobile home investor. Now, we're going to take a break right here, and when I come back, we'll get into some tips and tricks. All right, have a good day. Okay, we're back. So, those tips and tricks that I mentioned. Tips and tricks. Drive for dollars. Drive. Look around. And that doesn't mean that you have to make this a special project that you're just going to drive around looking for mobile homes. But why not? Why not take an hour or two out of your day, pick a particular area that you notice there's a lot of mobile homes, and see if you can find any abandoned mobile homes. But if you don't have that time to do that, we all drive. We all drive to the grocery store. We drive to our parents' house. We drive on vacation. We're just some driving people down here in North Carolina, right? Upon your travels, look for homes that you think may be abandoned, or call mobile home park owners, managers in your local area and say, hey, do you have any homes that you currently have in your park that are abandoned, that you don't have the title to, and you would love to be able to get possession of those homes? Maybe I can help you. And try to set up a meeting and then walk them through the steps of how you can help them obtain the title, or even maybe take possession of that mobile home. See, some tips and tricks just to help you out. Now, what else can you do with these mobile homes? Yes, I'm in a business of making money, but you can also donate these mobile homes. So if you find a mobile home that's maybe in a rougher shape than you're willing to handle, or maybe you're like me, I like to give back. So every once in a while, I'll find a mobile home that I either will donate, I'll find an organization for veterans or homeless or something like that, that I can then donate these mobile homes. This is an opportunity. Now, for you mobile home park owners and operators that have mobile homes that maybe it's just way beyond the scope of rehabbing them or even worth getting the titles for, then you can scrap them. There are organizations out there that will help you scrap those mobile homes. You just have to check with your local government agency. Now, we've done everything that we just talked about. We've contacted DMV. That's number one. You have to contact DMV. You've either done the eviction process after you find out who the owner is, or you've done the judicial hearing. Now, how do you get the title? Again, the eviction process, at the end of it, you still have to do a notice of sale. At the judicial hearing process, you have to do a notice of sale. Once you do all of those things, you then can go back to the DMV and fill out some paperwork. It's all about paperwork. The DMV will then give you a fresh, clean title to that mobile home. Yes, you heard me. A fresh, clean title to that mobile home so that you can do with it as you please. You can sell it, you can rent it, you can flip it, you can move it, you can do whatever you want to do with that mobile home. Now remember, everything has their legal aspects to it. Once you have the title to that mobile home, you're able to do whatever you want to do with that mobile home, but just make sure that you're doing things legally and above board. So, when you get this title, you then are able to transfer that title if that's what you decide to do. Just make sure, here in the state of North Carolina, you have to have it notarized. You as the seller must sign it in front of a notary. If you don't sign it in front of a notary, or if you're getting maybe someone else has done this process and they're telling you, hey, we did the abandoned home process and we have the title, make sure that they have signed the title in front of a notary. Now in South Carolina, a notary is not necessary on the title, but in North Carolina, it's definitely necessary for you to have it notarized. You will then sign it as the buyer. Whoever your buyer is will put their name and information on that title. There's something called an open title. That means that if you sign it as the seller, or seller signs it and does not put the buyer's information on the top, it is considered an open title. Please, DMV does not like open titles. They tell you it's not, I'm not going to say legal, but they don't like you having open titles. So make sure that you're not signing this title and sitting in front of a notary until you are absolutely ready to sell it to an end buyer or to buy it from an end buyer. Okay? So we've talked about finding abandoned mobile homes. You can even put an ad out there to find abandoned mobile homes on Craigslist, Facebook, you name it, in a newspaper, the penny saver. Those are ways that you can find it. You can drive around to find mobile homes. Engage your friends, family, and children. Again, in one of my other shows, I mentioned how to engage your family, friends, and others in advertising for mobile homes. Then we talked about going through the eviction process and how to find the name of the person that you're going to evict if that's not the person that's currently living in the home. So the person on title needs to be the person that you're dealing with as far as eviction. Or you can go through the process and do a judicial hearing, which means I know no information, but I've tried to reach out to who I believe is the last known owner of this mobile home, and I would like to proceed with selling or purchasing, it's called a notice of sale, this mobile home. So I want to thank you for tuning in to the Mobile Home Mama radio show. Don't forget to follow and reach out to me on all social media at the Mobile Home Mama. That's MOMMA. I want you to stay inspired for your next mobile home adventure. Until next time, remember, dream big, invest wisely, and make those mobile homes work for you. Bye.